Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Mage venue. Today, I was just headed out and is basically just returning to the chantry. She does do her best to be like hidden, wears a hoodie, that kind of stuff. It's not particularly very good at hiding, though. And as she walks into the library, or the chantry, she will first greet Lee, then goes into the kitchen, and she's gonna make a pot of coffee, pot of tea, and I'm gonna bring both of them, including like a pack of cookies. I'm gonna bring them to the common room and see who's about, to see if anyone would like to have coffee, tea, and yeah, that's where we're gonna begin the scene.
Julie is seemingly comatose in the couch. It's just looking. It's a program about mountain climbing, and it's been going on for a while. And yeah, she seems to be watching.
Nausicaa is sitting in the main room eating. Again, massive just pile of Chinese food, exactly as you'd expect her to, and I've seen her do multiple times. And yeah, on in the giant, she's sitting like really close to the giant TV, and it's the first time she's been using it. There are basically like she's put it into split screen mode, and there are several different kind of like stock market channels, and she appears to be like taking notes and kind of half watching them, and half also sometimes looking over at Julie and frowning disapprovingly at her comatose state.
You know, I can like see you looking, right? Like it's okay. Like I need to unwind. You know, the days can be quite stressful, so you know you need to relax. The only thing that's moving is her mouth, and maybe you can see her breathing, but else her body is completely just not moving.
Nausicaa just kind of snorts and goes back to watching the TV.
Ava looks at the two of them, and like I'm kind of walking into this tension. So she's just gonna stand like basically in between them, holding up both thermos flasks. Anyone wants coffee or tea?
Gee, yeah, that would be great. That would be excellent.
Cool.
Nausicaa, without looking away, shakes her head and picks up the can of it's called AK-47 Energy, and you're pretty sure she bought it from like a stupidly cheap convenience store. And yeah, you see there's several other cans scattered around her. She's made a bit of a mess in this area, but she shakes her head.
Okay. And Ava will put like the two flasks on like the table. We'll pour into probably like these plastic cups that she brought from the kitchen that she could just like fit in her back pocket. And it's gonna pour Julie a cup of tea and pours herself a cup of coffee. And there was someone yawning, or was that out of character?
And Elijah would be coming at this moment with a few tools that he will put on the table as he just probably after a few seconds realize that there are other people in the room, and he may not be the sharpest social person, but he feels something is up.
Ava will give him a bright smile, like happy. She's not the only one with these two in the room. And it's like, hey, Elijah, coffee or tea?
Oh, Yes, tea would sound good. Yes.
Okay. And she'll yeah, pour in another cup of tea and put it in front of Elijah. One well, herbal infusion in hot water.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What kind of tea is that? He just no. He looks at the tea, trying to smell.
she kind of like actually goes back to the thermos flask and looks at the label of the like that's hanging out of it because she has no idea. She just grabbed a random tea bag.
Random ass tea bag
Yeah.
of unknown propriety.
Earl Grey?
And she will just nod. Okay.
Cool. I haven't seen you around for a while. How are you doing?
Oh, yes. Doing good. Doing good. I think I made a breakthrough.
Breakthrough in
Um in understanding the dynamic that govern the animal kingdom regarding flying creatures and the whereabout of the influence of air into either making them fly or making them mm,
I mean,
person. French person has forgotten the glide. Yes, a French person has found the word.
like you mean their aerodynamics of their wings and such?
Exactly, but not only how the ability to fly could be also replicated.
Cool. Actually, I think as she kind of looks over to Julie and Nausicaa, I think we should tell you we've got kind of a breakthrough as well, right? She definitely looks over to the other two to kind of socially kicks their
What?
ass for like getting into the conversation.
What?
Yeah, like
Oh, like
the
like.
portal room thing that we did.
Oh
Is
yeah, yeah.
that right,
We totally got.
Nausicaa?
We totally. Yeah. The. Yeah. The woman Agatha or whatever her name. Yeah. Yeah.
So, um, Elijah, you knew about like the portal room, right? And the dream and everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so and then Caleb had this. He went to try out like to locate the stone that I saw in the dream, and it turned out as he was doing his thing that the stone was apparently with this woman called Agatha Fletcher, and well, both Nausicaa and I recognized that name. Nausicaa, what did you remember her from, actually?
Nausicaa just kind of turns around. There's a private fund that trades under that name. If she's a wealthy individual, then it's reasonably likely to expect that it may be her. Seeing as we also talked to her accountant. Also, the accountant works for one of the bigger firms in the city.
Mm. So, yeah, we're trying to make an appointment with her to see if we can actually, like, get in and have a look at the stone, hopefully. Like, I recognized her name because my parents sold her some of my great-grandmother's stuff.
Okay.
So I think she's some sort of a collector of, like, I don't know, the historical things or, you know,
Maybe, or maybe she is a member of the technocracy, or maybe she is another mage, or maybe she is one of these other strange people that we keep bumping into. We don't
of
know
course
yet.
not. Not everyone
Like-
is an enemy.
Nausicaa, you need to like just take things as they come, not like be all like paranoid all the time. Like, it's really like doesn't suit you, you know.
It must suit me because I've never done it any other way.
Yeah.
So anyway, we basically got a step further with the portal room. Exciting, isn't it? She looks at Elijah, kind of like tries to keep herself from rolling her eyes. I also had a dream in the library, actually. Did I tell anyone?
No.
Oh. Well, she actually slightly blushes at that point. It's kind of a weird dream, though. But I think it had something to do with like stepping out of your comfort zone.
Oh, what was it like? Was it about like stealing shit or like?
No, no, no. It was just it was kind of set in this it was I think in New Orleans in like the Roaring Twenties, in like a club. I don't know if you would call it a club at that point, but it was called the Golden Monkey. And yeah, like it doesn't really matter what the dream exactly was. It's just yeah, I think the library wants to, wants us to like step beyond what we are and step out of our comfort zone and, face things that we're not very comfortable with.
We've done that quite a lot already.
Well, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
We all have. I don't think any of us were particularly comfortable with the idea of fighting crazy men in black before all this. With magic, with being disintegrated.
Not really.
No. No, I'm still not comfortable with that. I mean, there must be some other way, right? She's kind of gnawing on the biscuits, says, well, no one didn't really take any of them, so she's just kind of finishing probably half the pack by now.
Nausicaa, actually, at seeing the biscuits, stands up and kind of wanders a bit closer. May I have one?
Oh, yeah, sure, here. And she uh, hands like the roll of, I don't know how you call that, but hands the biscuits to Nausicaa. Sorry, I was stuffing myself.
That's okay. And Nausicaa takes like basically half of the remaining biscuits and begins just eating them one after the other. So you think that the library means that we should wishes for us to have some kind of personal advancement, push ourselves.
Well, I don't know if it was meant for like everyone or if it's just me, but I think it wants us to challenge ourselves, or well, like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe I shouldn't make it like about all of us.
I mean, I challenge myself all the time, but like, um, like maybe it's just you. Like maybe whenever we get the, get that dream, it will be like a clue or something. I don't know. Maybe we should, you know, uh, have you gotten like an email from that woman?
Mm-mm, not yet.
Hmm.
So I was kind of planning to go to see if I could pick up some books about like you know, those self-study books. I was also actually thinking about some other books. So I was wondering if anyone would like to come along.
Oh, sure, sure. I'll come along. How far is it?
Um, it kind of depends on where we want to go. Like, there's literally a bookshop in this street, but um, it's she glances over at Elijah because I believe he was there when they went to the bookstore the first
Yes.
time. Yeah, it's kind of a well, I wouldn't say strange place, but she looks over at Elijah again, like, help me
Uh,
out here.
I mean, it yes seems nice. I didn't spend much time. The owner seems okay.
This is the owner who recognized that you were magelings.
Yes.
We should
Yeah.
go there and confront him about this.
Are you sure confrontation is the best way to go at it?
At least ask him why he knows and who he is.
She kind of shrugs. Okay. Well, I mean, I think he was nice, so I don't mind going there again.
I would like to go there to talk to this person.
Okay. Uh, Julie gets up, and I'll be like, give me like a minute or something, and she just shuffles into her room, and yeah.
Elijah, I have a request.
Yes.
I've been working on something, a project. It
Mm-hmm.
involves channeling more magic than I appear to be capable of. I would like your assistance if you would lend it to me.
Uh,
So,
yes.
uh, Nausicaa, would do you want like all of us to help you out, or what? Like, I'm up for it. It's just, you know.
I've attempted to do something, and so far, you heard the music. There has been certain unfortunate side effects that I would not care to repeat. It has been particularly difficult, especially with finding the information on the person that you asked me to. She looks at Ava. The more help, the better. Besides, I believe it would be for the benefit of the Chantry.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say. I don't mind helping out.
If any of you could help me directly, it would be largely data analytics, program writing, if you're capable of doing that. Do any of you hold a degree in physics? She,
Yeah, you asked me about that, and no, I haven't gotten like a degree since we last spoke, so no.
Nausicaa looks slightly suspiciously at Julie. Maybe, like, finding it slightly unbelievable she doesn't even have a bachelor's in physics.
And Julie just, as she's putting her hoodie on, and just like, all right, I'm ready.
Well, Nausicaa, if you could, like, I don't know, write down what you need and what you're doing. I mean, I can look into ways of helping you. Maybe,
Julie has been kind enough to teach me some meditation techniques to relax that I've been trying very hard to master. I believe that I have not had too much progress, though.
Yeah,
Well-
it's because like you think of it like that you have to master them and stuff. That's kind of like the opposite, but you know, I think you're making progress. I hope so, at least.
Things that could sharpen my mind would be helpful. Things that could perhaps prevent magical backlash or actual assistance doing it. The other thing, and she kind of turns to Elijah, you have said that you have an expertise in biology. I have read the paper you sent me, and I believe you do, as I didn't really understand too much of it. So, if you would...
As I, it's like, yeah, you probably get the feeling that it's not the first time he gets that answer.
If you were able to cook me up some kind of stimulant, perhaps, that would make my mind sharper. Or, she just shrugs. Something similar could keep me working. I am led to believe that many people who work on Wall Street indulge in certain illegal narcotics to get them through the day. I've never had use for that so far, and I do not wish to become a criminal. But something similar
Oh,
to keep my mind sharp. Perhaps if I am
I
doing...
think cocaine is like their main thing.
I don't really think that you should be taking drugs, though.
I don't want to take drugs.
Fine.
They offered me them at the office party once, and I said no.
Yeah, like you have to ease into it, but like, it's totally like you can deal.
My point is, I believe Aja could cook up something far more potent and legal, and without any unfortunate side effects of dancing stupidly.
I can look into it.
It would be much appreciated. Before I take it, I would enjoy reading the scientific research, although I am simply a layman's curiosity.
And he nods. I think maybe I'll have to see. Perhaps some kind of decoction could actually enhance your mental capacity, even if it will only be temporary.
I
I
only
will
need
have
temporary.
to see if it doesn't have any addiction problem.
I would prefer not to be addicted to anything. And this
Obviously.
smacks of quite irony, considering the ridiculous amount of caffeine that she takes every single day.
I mean, if you like, I can try and like adapt a little thing like the thing I did with Caleb. I might be able to change some things around, see if I can assist you that way.
Sure. Any way
I don't
you can
know.
give assistance would be helpful. Assistance actually writing code, I believe, will be useful if any of you are capable of doing that.
Yep.
I would need to study it first. I can study a language pretty fast, I found out recently, but I would need some time to actually understand the language. If you can teach me, that might be helpful.
Sure.
But it depends on how fast you need help with it.
We can see. That will certainly be an option.
Okay, cool. So, shall we go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, Ava and Elijah pretty much know the way, so they will lead the others to a certain bookstore.
First of all, do me a dexter check.
I haven't set up yet in a dice roller.
I set it up in Mage dice roller.
You are amazing.
Of course. Yes.
Do a what, Lisbon?
Dexterity. Stealth roll.
It's Dex stealth, but you add. Don't you add alternate
You add-
identity and arcane?
Yeah.
I have a single success.
I fail again.
Again.
Third time. This is. I've not made any of these rolls so far. I believe. This is the third time.
One moment, I just need to find out what I have and what I don't. Most important.
I've noted it in my blue booking again, just like fucking yesterday. God damn it.
Okay. As you walk towards the bookstore, Nausicaa, you pass unnoticed. Julie, you're so unnoticed by the people around you that for a second you're thinking, am I a ghost now? Ava.
Okay, so we have to roll Dex stealth.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can add arcane and
Alternate identity. Ava,
Mm-hmm.
there's a guy you sometimes see, probably a neighbor. You see him once in a blue moon every time you get out. This time he looks at you and smiles. Okay, see your trick.
Yeah, she'll smile back.
And he goes on with his business. And fast forwarding a little bit.
And did Elijah make his roll? Fucking
Yes.
hell. I'm the only fucking stupid. Never mind.
Elijah's too uninteresting for the universe to take notice. And you get
Yes,
to the
I'm the
bookstore.
most splendid person ever.
You get to the bookstore.
bland as a clone.
Yep. Going in. She'll just give one look to everyone, like basically looking to see if everybody's ready. And then she'll open the door and step in first.
You hear the wind chimes go once you open the door. There's the strong smell of jasmine, myrrh, musk, deeply oriental smells coming from what you will see are incense sticks strategically placed in certain corners as to not affect the books and not make the smell too powerful.
Nausicaa will just whisper to Ava, "Where's the person that identified you?"
And yeah, she's looking around to see if she sees the owner. I don't think he's here yet. Maybe he's in the back.
A head with a turban pops up from the curtain that leads to the back room. Even more magelings.
And she'll give Nausicaa just a look like, well, there you go.
Let's see. Who's there? Uh-huh. The curious little kid. The scientist that can't find his words. And two new ones. Let's see.
Is there anyone else in the bookstore?
Nope, it's just the four of them and the old man, which looks exactly like the picture minus the staff.
Nausicaa kind of steps forward. How do you know what we are?
Experience. and the keen eye.
Are you one of us? Or are you something else?
I might be.
I would prefer a more direct answer, if it's all the same to you.
It's not all the same to me. Information is good merchandise. People pay for information. You should know this. I will run my own type of stock here. I do information brokering. Not unlike the one you handled.
Nausicaa squints. Clearly he knows not more than the fact that they're simply supernatural. My friends have come here to buy books, but I would like to know what you are and what we can do with you. If you're here to help us, then I would like to know in what way.
What makes you think that everyone you run into is either here to help you or to hinder you?
Experience and a keen eye. She repeats his words back at him.
The old man looks at you from head to toe. I doubt you have much experience. A keen eye you might. Keen mind for unraveling things, for logic, for numbers. But experience is something you lack. If you'd spend more time talking to your friends here and less time stuffing your face with Chinese food, you might get more answers.
Nausicaa goes red and kind of thin-lipped. Clearly embarrassed and a little angry.
Alva will whisper to Julie. Simply whispers, keeping up occupied for a bit. I'm going to try something.
What are we trying here?
I mean, she's just gonna step away from the rest into one of the rows of books, basically a bit out of sight. She's gonna open her bag, take out her dream diary, and starts scribbling on it because she wants to activate her. I'm doubting between Prime and Spirit. Is it possible to activate both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, then she's gonna do that. So she starts scribbling on.
So you want to have Prime and Spirit, Prime and Spirit side.
Yes.
Okay.
Just FYI, as soon as she entered, Julie is just looking through the books and seeing if there's anything interesting. She just seems to be a little in her own mind at this point.
Yes, all the books. And more.
Okay, if Julie and the Light are not with the group, then she would have told Nausicaa it. Sorry.
She just kind of nods. You say you are here to trade for information. What kind of information? And what do you accept as recompense?
I have a lot of information that you might find useful, especially since most of you awakened so early ago, so little time ago. When we're talking about recompense, there might be a problem.
I have money.
I don't need money.
What do you need?
Information, trinkets. You know how old people are. We tend to collect baubles and trinkets and the little things that make life worth it.
And what variety of information do you have that we may need?
Some might call it magical, some might call it esoterical, you might call it madness or nonsense. I have enough information stemming from how the weather's going to be like tomorrow to things that are more personal.
So you are a mage.
I'm not saying I am, I'm not saying I'm not.
If you are able to teach us magic, then I don't... From what I understand, that would make you one of us.
There's a big difference between sharing information and teaching magic. In the meantime,
Yeah.
a certain redhead,
Saskia.
I know, I suck.
a certain redhead is gonna get. Let me double check.
He's gonna make everything explode and all the book will burn and we die.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
not
hope
that
not.
much. We are having a bit of paradox.
Oh, I already have 5.
Okay, let's see. So you get an extra point of paradox.
Yay.
But it's a good time as any to roll for backlash.
Oh no.
Anybody else have paradox?
Yup. 4 points.
No.
No.
Nope. I have no paradox.
Okay, so
I am
Julie's
so
safe.
sorry.
Elijah's safe.
I mean,
Let's go
he
from
is
the top.
standing away from like everyone.
Okay. Ava, roll me
Mhm.
your 6 dice of paradox.
Okay.
This is one of the rolls in which you could pray you botch.
Yeah, I'll probably have much of a. Nope. 743982.
1. So that's 1, 2, 3 successes.
Yep.
That's. You get rid of 3 dots of paradox. You take 3 bashing.
Oi.
I think it's 3 dice of bashing.
Let me double check this.
I did like...
Nope.
I like
Mages suffer 1 level of bashing damage per success. It's a level, not a die.
okay, my apologies. We did
No
it wrong.
problem. That's why I'm here. And let's see.
I also do have the strangeness flaw. I'm not quite sure if that's gonna do anything at this
It's
point.
not gonna not gonna do anything.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's dice. It says here, mage suffer 1 dice of bashing. Because that's how we did it when I did mine before.
Doesn't
reading
matter.
it.
I'll just.
I'm reading it get straight out of M20.
Oh, me too. Okay.
It's page 549 if you want.
That's literally
Paradox.
the page
Yeah, 1 point of paradox discharge per success. Mage also suffers 1 level of bashing damage per success and acquires a trivial paradox flaw.
Mine says exactly the same, but it says die. So maybe there's
Wow.
a different version. Sorry, dude.
You know what? I'll just go with the levels for now, and then I think the STs
Okay.
need to
I'm
have
not
which
arguing.
version they're
I'm
using.
just yeah.
I know.
Okay, it's noted. Okay, I'll just roll 3 die.
No, it's fine. Like,
No, and if that's how Duncan handled it, let's be fair. You get no bashing. Apparently,
yay.
the universe loves you.
Yes.
But for the next half hour or so,
Mhm.
you're gonna see in black and white, like an old movie.
Cool.
There's the short, intense headache you probably got used to by now,
Mhm.
I
but
mean, I think the real
doesn't hurt that
question,
much.
Mr. ST, is she sees in black and white, but does she also hear what we're saying, or does she hear only some piano and then she sees the text?
Oh my god, that was so good.
I'll keep that in mind, but it's a trivial flaw. It shouldn't like cripple you.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my rectum.
Yeah.
Or the title cards where it says what they say, and then
Yeah,
new films just comes in, but they come in so fast when there's like 5 people talking, so it's like, oh my god! No.
No, it needs to be a summary, like a massive conversation. It'll just be like, Nausicaa and Julie are arguing.
Yeah, Robbie,
Slow
roll
roll.
me your backlash.
Do I get an extra dot, or do I just roll what I already have?
You roll what you already have. Why would you get an extra dot?
I don't know, because I was near it or something. I have 0 successes.
You lose no paradox, but you get no effect.
Keep my precious paradox.
You just feel a bit awkward, like Nausicaa just stops for a second, like, okay, something happened.
Okay. Thing is she curious enough to fucking give it another try, even if she sees in black and white? Ah, screw it. She's just gonna try this again.
Okay, difficulty 7 this time.
Yeah. So one thing that she does extra at this point, because she thinks that, yeah, you know, this failed, is she still writes the words sight and power and spirits. She's writing everything in Swedish, of course. And this time she's going to stand next to one of the incense smokers and just inhales like the incense, and then basically continues with tearing out the page, closing her eyes, trying to. Actually, she's going to make a meditation roll at this point. That's wits meditation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On. Okay. For some reason, my dice aren't showing. Does anyone see my dice?
Nope.
God damn it. Could you roll me 5?
It may be coming. Sometimes there's a bit of a
Yeah,
lag.
sometimes it's less slow, but yeah. Okay, 2 successes. I'll just if it shows up and whatever, it's fine. And then she's going to try again with her 2 dots. Can she spend a quintessence on this?
Does she have quintessence? Do you have quintessence?
I've spent it before.
Okay, fair enough. Just saying if you have it in your body. Go nuts.
Well, it's a good thing she did. That would have been another botch.
Yeah. 30 failures. Uh,
I mean, you know, my suggestion still stands.
hmm?
No, I mean, if she botched again.
Oh, this is terrible. But yeah, luckily I did spend the quint, so that means that it is active, right?
That is what? It didn't get it.
I mean, I rolled, I botched again.
Yeah, but that's a failure because you spent the quintessence.
Oh, okay, so it just fails now. Okay, so can she like concentrate and like keep on trying?
You can.
Yay! There's a 7.
Okay, there's one success. Ava,
Mhm.
you're woozy because that incense is strong.
Oh yeah.
You see auras. You've seen them before.
Mhm.
The fact that they're shades of gray instead of their normal colored versions is a bit confusing.
Yeah.
You see everything around you, the floor, the bookshelves, the incense burners have letters on them glowing dimly. You see your co-magelings glowing their normal intensity.
Mhm.
You see Samir's aura as being significantly dimmer. And if you look around, if you see the door frame,
Mhm.
the door frame has so much writing on it. It's in such a small Arabic font, but it's basically letter next to letter next to symbol next. Everything's really tightly written down. You'd argue that there's like a novel's worth of writing on that door frame.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll curiosity now. Oh, she's curious, but she's not like immediately running over to study it. She just kind of walks back to Nausicaa. She looks confused and like a bit wide-eyed, a bit hazy. She kind of like crunches up the piece of paper and just puts it in her pocket.
Nausicaa just gives her a look. And then looks at Julie, thinking that she may have given Ava some drugs.
Sorry.
And yeah, she will continue her conversation with he's not even said his name, I don't think, has he?
Not to you.
No. With the book proprietor, Mr. Samir. So what kind of information can you give us? Anything practically useful to us?
It depends on what you want to know.
What would we have to give you to get your name?
You don't have to give me anything to get my name, but it's polite to introduce yourself when you enter someone's home and or establishment.
Oscar shrugs. As I'm sure you're already aware, I'm Nausicaa Theodore Alexios.
And my name is Samir Ostad. As your friends might have told you, if you paid more attention and spent more time talking to them.
You spend
And
a lot of time talking to them.
he gives you a broad smile.
Nausicaa seems indignant at the idea that she doesn't talk to people. She's talked to these people more than anybody else. Is it merely coincidence that you are on the street?
This is where my shop has always been. I was away for a while. But then I came back.
Are you friendly, or are you friendly with the Technocratic Union?
Why would I be friendly with the technocrats?
I don't know. I don't know anything about you. But I assume you are not friendly with them, seeing as you have met these ones before, and we have not been taken back to the Zeta Clinic.
I can assure you that the technocrats have nothing to interest me.
Nods. So, if we require information, we can come to you, and you can name a price, or we do you a favor, or we give you, as you say, some kind of trinket.
Yeah.
We would like information on a lady named Agatha Fletcher.
I have no idea why you want to deal with Agatha.
So you know her.
Of course I know her.
Why, of course?
I'm a bookstore owner. She's a collector. I know my clients.
Is that all she simply is? There are many bookstores in the city. It seems coincidental that she would know this one, particularly.
I can get my hands on special books. Books that the other owners of bookstores in the city of New York might not even be aware of their existence.
Is she something special or simply a collector? If she is aware of books that others may not know of their existence.
That I cannot tell you.
Why? We could perhaps provide something in return.
Consider it client to service provider confidentiality.
How would you best approach her if you were us? Openly?
Never had to approach her. She came to me.
When was she last here?
Probably a month or so ago. She came to pick up a package. Shorted some books.
We would like to get in contact with her. We have already made arrangements for it, but an introduction by somebody would mean that she would more likely trust us.
Not everybody trusts people that they don't know as much as I do.
If you introduced us, though, we would not be simply people she does not know. We would be people that have been introduced to her.
Okay, I'll give you this one for 3. Agatha is like a magpie. Get your hands on something that catches her attention. She might be more interested in meeting you. You know how deals work.
Sure. Nausicaa seems satisfied that her inelegant and blunt questioning has got her some information.
Samir goes back to the back room and comes back with a tray with 5 cups and a teapot, and he pours a cup of tea. He fills all the cups, takes one himself, and takes another one and hands it to Abba.
She blinks a couple of times as she looks at the cup because it still looks pretty weird to see everything in black and white. So she's kind of weirded out at this point. But yeah, she'll take it.
And Samir gives her a broad smile and just tells her, I know you can appreciate a good cup of tea. It's a very good tea. Has a nice color to it too. And I think
Wink, nudge, nudge.
Her eyes would kind of like snap up to his face, and then like she feels her cheeks kind of glowing a bit at that as she looks down at the cup and says, "Yes, it's pretty," and takes a sip.
it's I know some people call it hip rose, but for the sake of argument, I'm going to call it wild rose tea.
At the smell of tea, Julie will just kind of wake up a little from her somewhat comatose state, I suppose you could call it. And it's like, oh, tea, all right, great. What the, like, smells good. And she takes her cup and seems to enjoy it.
Elijah has the mention of Wild Rose just get his head out of the bookcase. Wild Rose?
Samir nods to you.
Oh, is someone having a problem? I mean, generally, this is a therapeutic kind of tea.
What? Looks at Damien and just, what?
At Damien? Damien who?
Yes, what?
Yeah,
Elijah.
Elijah, sorry, yeah. What did you say? I didn't.
I'm just saying that wild rose tea is generally employed for therapeutic means and or to calm nerves, or just because people genuinely enjoy them? Just
Yeah, it's used for different purposes. She just looks at him and just. I tend to smoke a lot of drugs. She just looks at him. Just. I mean, are we just stating the obvious, or what? She looks a little puzzled at Damien. Nah, sorry, at Elijah. Sorry.
it's okay. Damien is puzzled at you too.
But it's not weird. It's tea. He likes it, so he.
He's just gonna
Samir looks at Elijah.
he's just gonna give her a look like like obviously
but-
obviously you do not science on my level.
Right. Okay.
Samir looks at Elijah. It's usually used to calm your nerves. But I just drink it for the taste. One of the benefits of thermomolecular agitation.
I mean, it is also known as an laxative.
He smirks at you. I think it's gonna do a lot better to calm your nerves than your bowels.
He just smiles as he take a sip of tea as he's thinking, I'm probably not going to tell about all the other effects because there are 3 ladies in the room. And he has at least a small instinct of survival. So, on an OC level, Mr. George,
Yeah.
Elijah, for all this conversation, have been looking through the store. What exactly kind of book is he selling?
You'd find like normal books. There's a bit of a wider collection with of books that handle like day-to-day aspects and self-help books, and it's basically a normal bookstore, but with more of an emphasis on literature and I'm gonna say like esoteric aspects, but like how to read your fortune using tarot cards, how to read tea leaves, like stuff like that. Nothing particularly deep. The only awkward thing around you is the owner.
Okay, because okay, so basically what you're saying is that I'm not gonna find books about science, but more herbal books.
You might find something about science, but it's like teaching physics to children and like the basics of physics and nothing that comes even close to Elijah's level.
Oh, this makes Elijah sad.
He's too smart for his own good.
So, you said I heard correctly, that you also can get books.
Yes. Of course I can get books.
Any kind of books, particular kind of books also, I guess.
Depends on what you're interested in.
Considering I've been mostly using them as a hobby, I would actually be more interested now into um, herbal indexes. The, as he makes a pause, the mystical kind of herbal indexes.
Samir brushes up next to you and goes to one of the shelves and takes out a book, which is pretty large. Uh, on the cover, you see a facsimile of a medieval herbarium, and the title is "An Illustrated Guide to the Myth of Medicinal Plants," and it's a pretty thick book. Samir takes it out of the shelf and hands it to you. I'd start here if I were you.
And he looks at the book as, yeah, he doesn't have, probably in all his collection, that's probably the one kind of book that is at the most basic level, because it's like a curiosity. So, how much? Or is this payment in other kind of book?
It's a book on a shelf. It has a price tag on the back.
Oh, he's gonna turn the book.
And you see the price, which I'm not going to give to you out of character because I have no idea what's the average price of a book in the States. It's a bit on the expensive side, but not expensive enough that you wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
afford
no,
it.
it's fine. I think standard book, even a little bit pricey, is not outside of my reach. So, yeah, he will hand over some liquidities, because using he's still not sure about
Probably like
credit
50,
card.
it's like probably like 50 something dollars.
Yeah. So, did everybody got what they wanted?
Can we come and talk to you in the future again, Samir?
My door is always open. There's a schedule on the door. If you need to know when to find me. And if you look to the door, you see the same thing on the back of the sign. It says open Monday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I'm gonna come back later to do my shopping here. I'm not feeling too well.
Come on. Finish your tea. It's gonna do you well. Put a smile on that face. You're young. It's nice to learn. You shouldn't see the world in only in shades of gray.
She just stares at him for a few seconds, and can then kind of like only really nod, and yeah, she does drink the tea.
It's good tea.
Mm.
It might be pretty sweet. It's sweetened with honey. You'd also get a bit of honey aftertaste. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't really say anything anymore. She's like a little confused about his remarks. It's like, yeah, how the fuck does he know? Like that's mainly on her mind right now. Besides the fact that, shit, how am I gonna turn this off? And when she finishes the tea, she'll hand him back the cup, and
and as he takes the cup, he looks at you and I've got some good issues of Pushkin and Esenin if you're interested.
that sounds interesting. Yes.
So, can I interest anyone else in anything else?
No. I'm good. Thanks for the tea, though. It's quite good. You will make the blend yourself, or is it like a secret or something?
It's not a secret.
Okay.
I just buy it from a store on the other side of town. I can give you the address if you're interested.
Oh, all right, sure. Yeah, and yeah, Julie will take that.
And
Note that down.
Samir takes a piece of paper. There's a large roll of brown wrapping paper on the counter, and he just rips a small piece and takes a pen and writes Julie the address and the name of the store and the name of the owner, which is an Asian name. And it says let's say Mr. Wu's herbal remedies and plans for any ailments or something like that. It's a convoluted title. And he folds up the paper nicely and hands it to Julie in a very elegant motion.
Elijah is not going to forget that address.
Would you happen to have some books on uh, like hypnosis or something like that?
I think there might be some around. And he goes to another shelf and pulls out like 3 or 4 different books. There's the basics of hypnosis, hypnosis throughout the ages, the power of the pendulum, stuff like that. Don't know. Out of character, I have no idea what
Yeah,
hypnosis
that's
books
fine.
are titled, so
Neither do
just
I.
making stuff
So
up.
she'll just kind of like, she's not gonna study them too closely, because I can't imagine seeing things in black and white all of a sudden like makes you capable of like really focusing a lot on like letters and such.
No,
So
you see perfectly fine. It's just there's no color.
I mean, I can imagine being like disoriented about that, just the lack of color all of a sudden. Um, at least Ava is, because this is fucking weird. So she's just gonna brush through the titles and like nods and says, "Yeah, I would like to take all of them."
Okay. You're slowly turning into one of my best customers.
Maybe.
And Samir takes the books from Ava and puts them in a little stack on the table.
Yeah, she'll pay for them, and
And he wraps them individually, then stacks them again and makes a nice bow with some hemp string to secure them in place, and takes the little package and puts it in a bag and hands the bag over to Ava and the receipt. He puts the receipt inside the bag and hands it to Ava.
thank you.
For the people who are for the first time in the library and actually bothered to pay attention to the old guy, he wraps the books without even looking at them. The dexterity and the finesse that this man displays is uncanny. Especially for someone who's probably pushing 70 by the looks of him.
I will look at everyone. It's like I don't know if you guys need more time, but
No, I'm good. And Julie will just, she'll actually just leave. Just, begin to make her way back. She'll wait for the others outside, of course, but she just leaves. Thanks for the tea, and I'll maybe we'll see each other a little bit later. Have a good day and all that.
Samir nods to Julie.
Nausicaa cocks her head at him. Thank you for the help you've given us. If you ever believe that you have information that we may desire, and she'll scribble down a phone number, please call me.
And he puts the finger on the piece of paper and pushes it toward Nausicaa. I always have information that you might desire. When you have time to focus on your questions and tell me what you want, then we can discuss the matter of price.
She just looks in, puts the piece of paper back in her pocket, and just walks out.
And Elijah will thank the owner and will go.
Is he buying that book or not?
Yeah, I told you he gave you the money.
Ah, fair enough. Okay. He gets the book, he wraps it up, string, bag, receipt, everything, hands it to you.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, Ava will also say goodbye and probably leave together with Elijah, stepping out. And she'll thank him once again for the books.
Samir nods, and as all four of you leave, he just puts the cups back on the tray and puts the tray back and disappears into the back room.
So, do we want to go back to the Chantry and discuss, or do we end the scene here, people?
I need bed. Sleep seems wonderful to me right now.
Ditto, that's why I'm asking.
Can I do it?
I'm good for both.
Then, with the 4 mages making their way back to the Chantry is where we are going to end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, ST, for seeing, and watchers for watching. And we'll see you again on Living World of Darkness Mage Venue.